TGCRequiem, we are back with Modern Abzan Traverse. Had a little bit of a rough start. Got taken to the woodshed in the previous match. Now we have a new opponent, Jacket Attack. We're going to be on the draw. Hopefully things will go a little smoother this go around. This is again a good hand. Ideally we'll draw land on the draw, that way we can go Inquisition straight into Grimflayer. Otherwise we may consider, we're probably just going to go Marsh Flats for Inquisition turn 1 and turn 2 otherwise. Opponent's mulliganed down to 6. Ooh, Skred. Skred's kind of like a mid-range control deck. This is going to be nice to turn on our Grimflayers kind of early. We're going to start with Bauble on ourselves. We have a Traverse the Uvenwald coming. We don't really need Traverse here, so we're just going to go ahead and lead off on a Swamp. And our opponent's probably playing Blood Moon, which is why we're going for the basic. Okay, so this is not necessarily Skred. It's kind of similar in some ways, but so we get rid of Boros Reckoner. They can't actually cast anything except for Lightning Bolt here. And we will be able to kill Boros Reckoner with a Destroy spell, so we don't have to worry about the damage that Boros Reckoner could do. So I think we actually just take the Lightning Bolt here. That way our opponent cannot kill our Grimflayer if we get the chance to cast it next turn. And we will get the chance to cast it and get a needed forest. So we just kind of hope we'll get one turn here with the Grimflayer. Next turn, an instant is going to kill this Boros Reckoner, which will get us a 4/4 Flayer. They did draw a Lightning Bolt, however. But that turns our next Grimflayer on. And with Hazoret being indestructible in haste, I think, yeah, we definitely just want to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've got Delirium. I mean, we don't actually have the ability to cast Liliana anyway, but I think next turn we'd rather go like Inquisition, Abrupt Decay, and hope to get Liliana so that we can downtick on Hazoret. So this still may just be Skred, but I don't know if it's like Skred aggro or what's going on here. Tarmogoyf, you beautiful thing. So we're just gonna go Mind Stone here. And then, because we can't cast Abrupt Decay, we're just going to probably play Tarmogoyf and then pass. Otherwise, the Boros Reckoner, when it dies, is going to do 3 points of damage to our Flayer. And I think Our board position is too strong to allow that to happen. So I think we're going to see a Hazoret here, straight off, hot off the Pro Tour. See what our opponent's going to draw. And they have a Koth coming. So actually, since Koth can turn a land into a creature, I think we definitely Abrupt Decay here. That way we can try and Fatal Push one of the mountains. Make the Skred smaller as well. Really looking for another black mana source is what we need right now. Well, being able to steal the Koth is better than nothing. Oh, that's interesting. So, Hazoret can't attack or block. I haven't actually played against Hazoret because I don't play a lot of Standard. If the opponent had an instant in hand, however, it would have been something they could have turned on post-combat. I think we're a little bit in a pinch. We kind of need... That Hazoret is just the right amount of toughness to be a problem. I think I'm a little more worried of them drawing a land. I'm getting the Storm Breath, so we'll let them keep the Koth for now. And they're going to actually pitch the Koth to do 2 points of damage? No, okay. Scrying Sheets. Look at the top card in your library. If it's snow, you may reveal it. So Hazoret cannot attack. A little bit of a weird spot. Again, we're just kind of waiting to draw a black mana source and get rid of Hazoret. Yet again, it does not happen. Just hold on to Fatal Push here, hoping the opponent plays a Koth. Weird bit of do-si-do we have going on right now. They only have 3 snow. Oh no, I guess Scrying Sheets is also a snow permanent. Oh, brother. This is just a bizarre game. Oh, Ratchet Bomb is so good here. We're just kind of, unfortunately, getting screwed. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say about it. Kind of surprised they didn't attack with Hazoret there. Path again, yet another good card. Could we do anything with it? Path would be able to get rid of the Hazoret, let us kill the Koth here. Yeah, I try not to complain too much about Mana Screw because it happens to all of us, but we're definitely getting hit by that bug today. So we can just kind of hope that Koth comes down again, untaps another mountain, and then we can kill that with a Fatal Push. That only gives them again one mountain. Oh, this is so brutal. So we can't even run out the Tarmogoyf here. I suppose we have to just fire up the Treetop Village and go at the Koth. If the opponent chooses to block the Treetop Village, they lose the Koth, which is a real cost. Kothst. And we can always just plan to replay Tarmogoyf next turn. See, and I think they, yeah, I guess those mountains are going to start pinging me every turn. We got to get rid of this Hazoret. Pretty awesome, actually. I like the Hazoret addition to Skred here. I mean, certainly the game would go a lot different if I drew a non-green mana source. Opponent continues to miss on their scrying sheets. Boom. There it is. So the question now becomes, do we path Hazoret and take Treetop Village into Koth? Or do we down-tick Lily? The positive of down-ticking Lily is when they uptick, they're going to send a snow-covered mountain at Lily, and we can just replace it the next turn. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then again, yeah, I guess we speed up their clock too if we so this gives us roughly 4 turns, although if I'm them, I'm actually sending the Koth, or the mountain, right at me. The bolt is brutal. That's actually just going to pretty much seal the deal here. I can't think of anything we could do here. I don't even believe Scavenging Ooze is good enough. Colitis is not good enough. They can just ping us for one with Snow-Covered Mountain. Yeah, that's game. So we're just going to concede here. Again, we just kind of, unfortunately, got a little screwed there. Mana screwed. It is a thing. It happens. You don't want to blame every game on it, but sometimes it is clear that that was the cause. Alright, so sideboarding here. Gaddock Teague would be okay, except honestly, most of their they got so much removal that Gaddock Teague's not really going to do anything. Surgical Extraction's a consideration for sure. Collective Brutality could be okay. Flame Tendril's no good. Liliana could win the game on her own. Reclamation Sage definitely. Fulminator Mage unlikely. Maelstrom Pulse could be good. Shriekmaw could be good. I do want Abrupt Decays for Blood Moons. Fatal Push is a little weak here. I could see maybe cutting like one of them. Again, I'm actually not 100% certain that I want Collective Brutality here. I mean, they're mostly just removal spells. Blood Moon can't be got with Collective Brutality. Probably going to see Anger of the Gods get pulled here, which makes Lingering Souls better, but I think, well, and yeah, Stormbreath has Pro White anyway, so that's not the greatest in the matchup. So I guess in that regard, maybe do we want to pull one more path? Probably Relic of Progenitus. I'm just going to take another Lingering Souls out here. It does make us a little lighter threat-wise, but it's possible we go back and bring another one in later. Unkeepable. If this was a forest, we could keep this. And we're just going to get punched in the face repeatedly during this match, it looks like. Colitis is pretty good. The problem here is we won't need it for a while. Best possible thing we could get here is Mishra's Bobbling almost like a land. I mean, we're going Marsh Flats either way. The question is whether or not we want to shuffle away our first card. Liliana, which we definitely don't want. Not with another Liliana in hand, and yet again, no extra mana. So we're just going to come again, go get a swamp to kind of hedge against a Blood Moon. Well, Tarmogoyf's a good draw here. We can play that above Grim Flayer right now, and that'll actually live through a Skred or a Lightning Bolt. Depending on the opponent's strength of hand, I could see them maybe firing off like a Bolt and a Skred. Maybe they're going to wait. Probably lead Grim Flayer before Scavenging Ooze. That way Scavenging Ooze has a little bit of food. And suddenly our Tarmogoyf is big. Probably won't make a whole lot of difference if they draw into another, whatever the old 3-drop is. Ooh, Molten Rain. Taking away our only black source. And we're going to go Mana Screwed plus Mana Denial. Bummer. This is going to end up being a pretty sad league at this pace. And on the plus side, we are kind of in range to close our opponent out in about 3 turns. Of course, a Hazoret here would just... Well, I guess we can get a swing through on Hazoret the first time. Makes me want to go back to the first game and rewatch that and see if I had just like missed points where I could have attacked and didn't. So if they're looking at like Storm Breath Dragon, they can't both cast Storm Breath Dragon and block Tarmogoyf. Blood Moon's kind of okay here. We just kind of hope that they can't block with Hazoret. Yeah, so we can actually cast Scavenging Ooze under this, which is fine. We're just going to attack first because if they are going to cast a spell, we want them to cast it. Beautiful. And the best part here is we can threaten lethal. Yep, here comes Storm. Stormy Breath. On defense. So we could get a white source. Actually, we probably could just... Do we have 4? We don't have 4 card types, so we'd have to get a white source If we get the basic, that allows us to cast Reclamation Sage next turn on Blood Moon. We could also... Oh, no, that doesn't do anything. But that would allow us to get Liliana next turn. We need a way to get our 4th card into the graveyard. There's really no point in trying to save Scavenging Ooze here. Opponent's down to 1 card in hand. How many cards? I think it's 7 mana for Monstrosity. So that would do 4 damage, puts us down to 15 plus 7, 8. So they still, yeah, I mean, they're going to do it. It doesn't actually threaten lethal. I mean, it does, but we can block Hazoret, right? Does it? Or no, they're still shy. So Path wins the game here, but we can't get a basic either way. What we can do is Liliana of the Veil to make the opponent sacrifice a creature so long as they don't draw a creature this next turn. And we can use Forest to eat something for Scavenging Ooze. So if we let this come in upright, we can't, as I say, we could try and eat with Scavenging Ooze and it presents a lethal threat. But this way we can still eat something with Scavenging Ooze. Off of our forest, makes the opponent have to attack 3 times, and if they attack they lose anyway, so they can't. Maybe it would have been worth it. It gives us a chance to outsize a lightning bolt, and now they still have what, 6, 7 snow covered, so I mean they could kill Tarmogoyf with a Skred right now. That pretty much shuts us down. Yep, there it is. They do run the risk of losing to Path if they attack with a Storm Breath now. And they cannot attack with Bolter, they just flat out lose. So that's a well made play. Storm Breath now. Protected, insulated against a path. Probably a mistake there to tap the plains, actually. A little sloppy. Kind of a bolt. Well, that's it. That's true. And I forgot. Oh! We needed that green mana source to eat with Scavenging Ooze so that our Storm Breath wouldn't kill us this turn. Oh, what a bummer. Definitely a timely redraw on the Blood Moon there. Really, when we were about to turn the corner, they got what they needed there, and well played by our opponent down the stretch too. A couple mistakes, I think, on my side. Don't know if they would have swayed the outcome. I mean, certainly if we hadn't cast Tarmogoyf there, we could eat with Scavenging Ooze, but then they just attack with Hazoret, and we're kind of in the same boat for the next turn as well. So, anywho, hope you enjoyed. Again, next match on the left, more of this deck on the right, and subscribe in the center.